What is up, cool cats of the interwebs? It is your girl Haley back at it again with another episode of your favorite podcast, the Pre-Review Crew. This time for August, September, and October. We have a lot to talk about, so let's not waste any time. Let me introduce my cast of characters super fast. We have Brennan.
Hello.
And we have Mike.
So,
Okay, so kicking it all the way back to August, we are going to talk about Gears of War Reloaded. We finally have scores for it. You already know what it is, so I'm not going to reintroduce it. We'll just hop right into it. It has a 81 top critic average with 80% of critics recommending.
yeah, I'm looking at it right now. And well, it is getting good scores. One of the complaints that people have is it really wasn't, except for the visual aspect, it wasn't modernized. So it still feels like the game, from when it came out, what, 2005, 2006, 20 years ago. Um, it's fun to play, especially for PlayStation players, because this game's been an Xbox exclusive for 20 years. Um, so people are excited they can finally play it on PlayStation, but they're just kind of upset that they're nothing other than better textures and better frame rates. Not much was done to boost this game up for new users who never played the game before.
I mean, like, what else did they want, though? You know what I mean?
They probably wanted new modes, new maps, new weapons, stuff like that.
Okay, fair. That's fair.
I mean, I guess my opinion of it is do a little bit more, especially when the game's 20 years old and the technology that we have now. Like, put a little bit more into it. Like, fix any bugs, maybe make the combat a little cleaner, like clean it up a little bit. I'm not asking you to like rework the whole entire thing, but do more than just like upgrade the frames and make it look pretty, because I feel like just leaving it the way it was is sort of cheating what our consoles and computers can do nowadays. Um, and I feel like that's not really fair to the technology that's out there. I almost feel like this is sort of like a cash grab. And I hate when companies just, oh, we're going to do a remake or a remaster and we're just going to slap some nice graphics on it and call it $50, $60, whatever it is, and expect everybody to go insane for it just because of
Mhm.
the name and the nostalgia. Like, that's absolutely not fair. I'd rather just buy a secondhand console and play it the old way than shell out modern money for something like this. And it's still, I don't want to say hot garbage because I never played it, but like something along that lines.
Yeah, I feel it is a nostalgia thing because the only reason I would pick this up is because I haven't played Gears of War in years. So it's like I don't have my Xbox anymore, and I don't want to do a secondhand Xbox. So the only option is to buy this. But at the same time, it's like, how fast am I going to get bored with it having already played it?
Yeah. And plus, again, it's a 20-year-old game. You have to do something to it. Like,
Mhm.
give it a little more oomph than just what it was. Like, I'm glad to see that the scores are where they are. Um, but I feel like everybody expected a little bit more out of this, so I feel like the scores are definitely justified.
Mhm.
Okie dokie. And lastly, for August, it is Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. How many words can you put in a title for a video game? Came out on
Spider-Man.
August 28th. It has an 86 top critic average with 91% of critics recommending.
So I mean, like the God of War thing. This is just an older game a 2004 classic just with a new coat of paint and on modern software. It reviewed fairly well because it's an amazing game and it also looks very good.
Did you mean Gears of War, not God of War?
Gears of War, God of War, it's the same shit. Okay,
Hey,
everyone's a
yo.
war never changes. Okay. Yes, I meant Gears of War. Um, it's just that this looks a lot better. Like, let's be real. I'm just being an ass right now, but come on, it's just the same thing as Gears of War. No, it's just better older game. They didn't add anything. It's just Metal Gear Solid 3 is a good game. Konami fucking they knew it. This is the same thing that the Gears of War thing is. It's just let's just rehash the old shit and just make it better. And well, not even make it better. Let's just make it look prettier. Just slap on a new fucking coat of paint. That being said, I mean I hate Konami. Okay, part of me is just hating Konami right now. But it is Metal Gear Solid 3 is really good. It's a really good game because it was made by Kojima, right? So I feel very conflicted right now. I'm glad that it reviewed well. Like obviously it was going to unless it ran like complete dog shit, which thank God it didn't. Is this not just again? It's cool. It's a great game. Love it. Sure, but is this not just the same shit? You know, over again.
It makes me laugh that Gears of War got points for not modernizing itself, and yet all the critics are praising that the
Thank
game did
you.
not modernize itself.
My exact point. Thank you. It didn't. Both game. This just review better though because this looks a lot. This probably looks a lot better. I mean, it's probably like from the ground up remade. You know, not well. Maybe not remade. I don't know. I don't know how games are made or babies for that matter. I don't really know how much is made.
I'll talk to you about the birds and the bees later.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
it's about time. I'm almost 30
Same.
years old. I still don't know how that shit works. Um, That's terrifying. That's really bad. I should have just Googled it at this point.
Oh, Jesus. Anyway, um, interrupting Brennan before we get into sexual education, which I don't want to hear what we have to talk about with that. I definitely have to agree with him. I feel like this only got the scores that it did because it was a Kojima game. It's nothing
Oh,
new. Like, it just has a new coat of paint. So, how is it even fair to, like, give this the scores that it got when there's nothing new? Like,
more handsome.
you're just giving Kojima money. Like, it's the nostalgic factor. It's like, this isn't even an original game from them right now. And they're just like, people are gonna buy this because it was so good. And then, oh my god, guys, look, we're bringing in so much money because our game's so good. You made this years ago. This game has been good for years.
2004.
Years. Like, and then they're gonna sit there and be like, we did it. And it's like, you didn't do shit. What? Like, it just makes no sense to me. Like, I hate when companies do this. Again, like, Gears of War I can completely understand making small changes to, but Metal Gear, what small changes would you make? Like, a lot of people like the game as it is, so I can completely understand that. But I just think Konami is, I hate that they're still capitalizing on what Kojima did after everything that went down. And I know that we don't know like the full story and that they can technically still do this, but I feel like they're just so fucking, like, it's so cheap. They're trying to stay relevant, and this is how they're doing it because this is the only good title that they have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, this was pretty much going to be a slam dunk for Konami, and I feel like they knew it the whole time. Like they can't make anything else. I mean, even when they made pachinko machines a couple of years ago, like using they made a whole bunch of pachinko machines. I think it was I don't know if it was specifically for Snake Eater or across multiple games, but whatever. They
Overall,
essentially
Metal
made.
Gear Solid and Silent Hill.
Okay, cool. All right, but Mike, you know what I'm talking about, right? Where they made the pachinko machines, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, these graphics look fucking amazing!" And then everyone found out that it was 4 pachinko machines. We were like, "What the fuck is wrong with you, Konami?" Like,
Yeah, I remember that.
so I feel like they saw that. They were like, "Oh wow, people actually really fucking like Snake Eater. let's just use the cool graphics that we made for the pachinko machine. And we'll just make it a real game. It's gonna take us a while, but shit, I don't know. We're not making money otherwise. I mean, outside of the pachinko machines. But it's like Metal Gear fucking Survive didn't really do that well. You know? I mean, when was the last Konami game? I couldn't even tell you because, again, I don't give a shit about the company at all, period. It could burn down tomorrow and I would not care. That sounds terrible. We're going to cut that. They could be mass bananas thrown in front of their company, in front of their door, and like a bunch of people could just start tripping, and I just would not give a shit. I would not care.
When was the last Konami game? I'm looking this up right now.
Stupid Konami. I hate them.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what's up with Konami. I used to love Konami when I was a kid.
I mean, we are going to talk about one of their other games that have recently come out, which is an original title from them. In my opinion, it isn't as good as the previous releases, but a lot of people are really liking it. Um, I am currently watching somebody do a playthrough of it, and I think it's okay, but we'll talk about that later.
Oh, we are going to talk about Konami in a little bit.
Okay. let's let's quickly move through September so we can get down to that point because I feel like everybody's super excited for that.
Yeah.
But let's move it over to Hell Is Us. That is an action adventure game single player RPG developed by Rogue Factor and published by Nancon. It came out on PC, PS5, Xbox Series S, and X on September 4th. It has a 79 top critic average with 83% of critics recommending.
This
I
did better than I was going to.
I will say I like saw that this came out and then completely forgot about it.
Yeah.
And like I'm so mad at myself for that because I was so excited to like see everybody like play this game and I was like, yeah, like the puzzles are going to be cool. Everything's going to be super cool. And I just nope. Mm-mm.
You know what's funny? I saw this game came out and I just didn't care.
I thought like they were doing so much. Like there was a comic that came out for it. All over my Reddit there was like a how to survive guide that was like an advertisement. Like the advertisements were everywhere. And then I think the Rad Brad did like maybe one or two videos on this. I don't even know if Dan played it. Um but like it just nothing. It fell flat. I mean, like it seems like a lot of people have enjoyed it, which is great to hear. And great to see. Don't I was expecting a bit more, I will say that. I was expecting a little bit more and I had higher expectations for this. I don't think this is going to win any awards, but I do really like the story. So, I hope they do more in this world or at least expand on it. And I think if they really wanted to, I think they should make this world into like a tabletop.
Hmm.
I like
Yeah, I can see that.
I think that would be super cool. It kind of reminds me of that one tabletop game that we played. Um but yeah, like I think they could go multiple ways with this and I hope that they expand on it, but I don't know. It just it fell flat once it released.
Yeah, from what I'm reading, like people are saying there's a lot of good, but at the same time, there's a lot of bad. Um, which I mean, for a game of this type, I would just be happy that they did something right, and then if they decide to continue to use this IP, they can just look back and say, okay, this is what everybody said we did right. Let's capitalize on that. Because, like you said, you have the comic book. I could see a tabletop game of this. Like, um, there's potential here. I think there's a lot of potential here.
I think this was really cool, especially the whole idea where it was like you didn't have any maps, any map markers, no mini map, no nothing, and you just kind of had to explore. And I remember when this came out, I was watching a couple of videos about it because it did seem really interesting when we had gone over it. And a lot of the common sentiment was the exploration and the puzzles were fine, and it was just a really cool take again on like the action third person action RPG. But a lot of people said that the combat was just kind of very whatever. Like it wasn't very satisfying. It wasn't very like difficult. It was just kind of there, and so I think that's kind of where it got held back a bit. Um, and so it's like I feel like this is a good, maybe like a good starting point for the team, the dev team. But like I don't know. I wanted this to do better. Like I'm glad that it didn't bomb, but I kind of had hoped that it would have done better.
Yeah, I agree. I agree on that.
It's not winning awards. If you had any expectations that it was going to, I definitely don't foresee this happening. So, let's move it on to a game that might actually win an award. It's Borderlands 4, which this game has taken me by surprise. It's an action shooter RPG. It's developed by Gearbox Software and published by 2K Games. Came out on PC, PS5, Switch 2, which I find a bit interesting, Xbox Series S and X on September 12th. It has an 83 top critic average with 95% of critics recommending.
Um, yeah, this game is just it is so much fun. I didn't buy it myself. My brother got it, and just I will be picking this up for myself at some point. I'll probably wait till they do like the ultimate edition, but this game, after three, I mean, because the gameplay in three was good, but the story was just horrendous. This was really a good pickup from the earlier games in the series.
Totally agree with Mike. Um, it's just really fun. I just finished it maybe yesterday, 2 days ago. I picked it up on launch and I played it, and it was just like I don't know how to explain it. The story. Well, okay, three's story was like Mike said, it was bad, just flat out bad. I can't even try to say anything good about it. But the gameplay was really good, and it felt like they took what worked about the gameplay in three and they just kind of made everything a little bit better. Like I like the jump pack thing, like the gliding and the little grapple thing. There's just like tiny little additions. I'm like, yeah, okay, that feels cool. This feels dynamic. This feels way better. The classes feel very unique, and the skill trees, each skill tree feels super unique, along with the different augments per skill tree. It really feels like you can kind of fine tune certain builds, which I really enjoy. I've been playing Rafa. Rafa's really fun, and I like his voice actor. His voice actor is kind of funny. Some of the dialogue in the game isn't like it's no Pulitzer Prize winning comedy or whatever, but like it's decent enough, and it's not grating on my ears. Um, where like in Borderlands 3, at one point I had to turn off the dialogue, like the sound from dialogue. I was like, I can't listen to this anymore. This is so bad.
Same.
Right? Like it was just my problem with three's story and the writing was that it was trying to there's like a balance between parodying satire and becoming the thing that you're making fun of, right? And I think and it's really difficult for me to explain what that means without giving an example. But I that's just how I felt when I was playing it the whole time. It felt like it was being the thing that it was trying to parody instead of parodying it, right? Um, and that's just why it felt flat for me personally. Um, Along with just the overall story itself being fucking terrible. Influencer twins, that was awful. Whatever. The story in four isn't anything to write home about, but it's not bad. It's not grating on your ears. On top of the gameplay being really refined, and the open world aspect of it feels kind of good. It feels like a natural progression of what Borderlands is because it feels like Borderlands always had these like pockets of zones, right? And this just feels like that, but without all the loading screens. And I like that a lot. I really, really enjoy that. It's not open world for the sake of it. It's more of just like it literally is just Borderlands, just without the loading screens, and that's all I think that it should have been in terms of like overall level design and structure. It still felt like it kept that core level design even from like Borderlands 1 and 2 and it was weird to me how much of this game felt more like 1 and 2 than 3. It felt like 3 didn't really exist and it was more of just trying to make it feel like 1 while also trying to hit the same kind of story beats as 2. Not in the same way, but like the timekeeper can't ever hold a candle to Handsome Jack, but
Yeah, they'll never get another handsome Jack.
no, never. But um the idea that they're both like leaders of this what looks to be like this very authoritarian company like Hyperion for Handsome Jack. Sorry if you can hear this in the background. And just like the order for the timekeeper. There's a lot of bits of the ending that I wasn't really completely sure about in Borderlands 4, which they'll probably expand upon with DLC and stuff. But um, there's a lot of similarities, especially towards the end there. I saw, and a friend of mine, I couldn't even point them out. A friend of mine pointed them out for me. Um, Overall, though, I think this is great. I was having trouble with performance at first, but once I messed around with some settings, I got that to work, and performance was fine. Randy Pitchford needs to never talk in public ever again. Take Twitter away from that man. I swear to God. Every time anything ever goes well for Borderlands, he shoots himself in the foot. He needs to stop speaking and just shut the fuck up forever. That man is literally a liability for the entire company. He's the Elon Musk of Gearbox. Just shut him the fuck up and just put him in a closet and just leave him there, okay? Christ. It every time that man opens his mouth, I just don't I I hate it. Remember the time that he left like a little if you're ever having a bad day, read about this. Read about Randy Pitchford leaving a flash drive at like an IHOP or something. Have a field day with that one, man. That's insane. Dude's a crazy person. Just shut him the fuck up. Get him off Twitter. That's it. Rant over. Good game. Make Randy Pitchford stop speaking forever.
I agree with that. Like, I can't stand. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't stand that guy. I have stopped looking at what he says.
It's so bad. It's so bad. All they had to do was be like, yeah, we know the performance isn't great. We're working on it. He didn't have to write a novel on Twitter like attacking people. You know, like goddamn. Whatever. Moving on. Overall, Borderlands 4 was way better than I thought it was going to be. I'm very happy with it. Can't wait to
If
see
you
what
want,
we do.
if you want a good shooter, I would say pick up Borderlands 4.
Yes, definitely. Like a looter shooter too, akin to like a
Yeah.
Destiny. If you like Destiny, you'll probably like Borderlands 4.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely wild. And lastly, to end out September, We are talking about a very, very big game, which I think a lot of people had high hopes for, but doesn't really seem to be there, in my opinion. It is Silent Hill F, survival horror action adventure, developed by Neobards Entertainment, published by Konami. Came out on PC, PS5, Xbox Series S and X. Uh, Actually, we're in the past, so it comes out in the future on the 25th, but there are reviews out now. It's sitting at an 87 top critic average, and 87% of critics are recommending.
I'm definitely picking this one up. Silent Hill is like one of my favorite franchises ever, and so but this one I was a little scared, um, just because it's they're going with a whole new direction because instead of like American horror, it's more Japanese horror. But I just saw the open critic reviews. The first reviews I saw were from Jamatsu, a Japanese publication, video game news publication. They gave it the highest score they've ever given a horror game before. And when I saw that, like I wet myself because I was like, "Oh my gosh, I am definitely getting this game. I'm going to be getting it in spooky season. Like this is what I've wanted from Silent Hill for years." The remake of 2 was decent, decent enough for me to play through it, but this is like what I've been asking for.
I hold no opinions on Silent Hill. I'm so sorry.
Brennan does not like horror games. But as I was saying before, I'm currently watching a playthrough of this, and I think the story so far is really cool, but I don't think it's really living up to the old Silent Hill hype. I'm also not very far into the play. I think I'm like at like an hour or so into the
Okay.
playthrough that I'm watching, and comparing it to old Silent Hill games, I'm just like, the old ones were better. Like
Oh,
the
they're never going to top, the original Silent Hill or Silent Hill 2. Like that's just truth. They're never going to top that. But I mean, this is at least a decent enough game, to keep this franchise going.
I definitely agree, and I think this is a good iteration into like a new Silent Hill, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
I definitely don't think they're ever going to get back the true horror that Silent Hill was originally, but I think this is a good step in a different direction for the franchise. Um, this is almost like what I would expect if Konami took Metal Gear and decided to actually make a new game in that franchise. This is what I expect. It's it's good, it's not great. It's like just a little bit above mid, but not as good as its predecessors. So, I'm curious to like see if they do anything in the future, if this game is going to get a sequel, if they'll make anything else using the Silent Hill name, because it seems like Konami just isn't. Seems like they're being very hesitant with their big titles about what they do with it, and I'm just like, what? Like, do you guys not like understand like what to do? Like, you're sitting on these massive titles, and you're just like, but should we make a video game or should we not make a video game? But what happens if we fuck it up?
I just looked it up. There are a couple Silent Hill games on the way. They're remaking the first one, and then they're doing a whole new project off of the Silent Hill name. Also, a movie coming out next year. In case anybody wants to go see a scary movie in the theaters.
I I will say this. I do like the Do I have that wrong? I may have the wrong um, developer for Silent Hill F. I think it might be Bloober. But anyway, Bloober has made Layers of Fear, The Observer, Blair Witch. Blair Witch was fucking, that shit was scary. Um, so they are very very good at horror, but again, they will never. They are imitating what once was. They will never be able to top the original, but
No, they won't.
I think they're, for what they're putting out, I think it's good. I don't know if this, again, I don't know if this one's gonna win any awards, but if it does, yay. If it doesn't, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay.
Just make orchards, just to make money. Every 3 days, dude, boom, you'd have a fucking, you'd be a bajillionaire.
You gotta pay off that crypt, Tom Nook.
Everyone played like the fucking turnip game, and I was like, no, 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 slow and steady wins the race.
Are we talking about Animal Crossing?
No,
Yeah, we're talking about your mom.
Nice.
Yeah, we're talking about Animal Crossing.
I honestly haven't played Animal Crossing since it came out.
same.
What are you doing with your life? I mean, come on now.
I'm playing Hello Kitty Island Adventure, which is honestly a hell of a lot better.
You fucking take that back right now.
I will not. I will stand by that.
That is crazy.
There's
That was a
so
wild statement.
there's so much more to do in Hello Kitty Island Adventure. It's so much fun.
Haley,
And it
I
just
can't be
came out with DLC.
Dude,
I can't
Haley,
be playing with you anymore.
I hope you slip on a banana peel.
I do that all the time in Peak. It's okay.
I hope you
I hope
do
you
it.
fall down a flight of 2 stairs.
Wow. That's really
Just
dangerous.
you fall down, but it's only 2 stairs, so you just scrape your knee and you're good.
Oh no, I'm gonna have a hole in my pants.
I hope you step on a Lego.
That is actually very plausible. Lydia likes to fuck with the Legos.
Who?
Emily has a cat named Lydia.
Oh, I
If
was like,
you So there's the channel that is called Lydia and Evie Pics, and you can see Lydia.
oh, there it is. Yeah.
I hope that you go for a refreshing drink, and then when you open your wallet, you realize you forgot your credit cards, debit cards, and all your money.
Wow. Wow. Okay, that was really harsh right there, bud. Yo, if you hate me, just say that. It's okay. Okay. Let's hop back into it.
Oh yeah.
God. Okay, and we are going to now hop over to October, which has a another great month of games. Honestly, we're gonna kick it
Yeah.
out with Assassin's Creed Yotei. I mean, Ghosts of Yotei. Yotei. I don't know how you pronounce it. It's okay. It's a
Okay.
action adventure RPG single player game. It's developed by Sucker Punch Productions and published by Sony Interactive. It's coming out on PS5 October 2nd. Honestly, this game looks so good. This game looks so good. Am I going to buy it? No. Why? Because I never finished the first one. So what's the point of me buying this one? But I am so excited for this to be so much better than Assassin's Creed.
Um,
Shadows was
I'm
good. Shadows was good. Don't get me wrong. Like I was just like, wow, like this is actually like Damn. Okay. But I I have high expectations for Sucker Punch, and I know that they're going to come out swinging. I know that this is going to win over Assassin's Creed, and we're going to put that to rest. Like I'm finally picking a side, and I am with Sucker Punch on this.
I'm actually mad at Sony.
You're not the first nor the last.
Um, no, I had to borrow my brother's PlayStation because I am. There's a very good chance I'm getting this game. Um, the first one, Ghost of Tsushima, just it just blew me away with how amazing it was. Like I wasn't, Sucker Punch. They do good games. I wasn't expecting Tsushima to be as good as it was, and just looking at Yotei, I'm like, they're taking what was so good about the first one, and just making it even more of like the classic samurai movies I love watching. And it's like I'm mad at Sony because my wallet's going to be empty now, and it angers me.
I'm really excited for this. I loved Tsushima so much that I didn't beat it twice. Like that sounds ridiculous, but like I played through it and then I got to like the last chapter and then just got burnt out. And then a couple of years later, I was like, let me play Tsushima on like the highest difficulty, and I did, and I got to the same point and I got burnt out. So it's been twice now that I haven't finished this game, and I hate myself for that. Honest to God, though, playing Ghost of Tsushima on the highest difficulty was so gratifying. Like it was really difficult because it's one of those things where it was one of those games where, in terms of difficulty, enemies don't just become bullet sponges. Like they can kill you in one hit, but like you can also kill them in one hit. You know what I mean? So it felt very balanced. It was like you actually had to play like a fucking samurai because at any point you could just get cut and die, and then that's it.
That's what I loved about that movie was it was like this is actually realistic. Like I kill them in one hit, they kill me in one hit. Like
Yeah.
I'm not this superhero samurai anymore. It's like no, I'm human. Like it gave you this gratifying sense of success when you beat the game in that or get to where you got to in that
No,
difficulty.
totally. And it's so much different from like something like Assassin's Creed, where I don't know, especially like these last couple ones where you get like weird superpowers and stuff. It's like, okay, at least Shadows had that a little different because like playing as I can't remember her name. When you're playing as the girl ninja, like combat was a little bit harder than as opposed to when you were playing as Yasuke. But still, you were a human. It felt good. All to say, I haven't looked up anything of Yotei because I want to go in completely blind. This is just one of those games where I'm like, no trailers, no nothing. Like I just know it's going to be really good. I'm sticking with it. The one thing is who is it? It's not Nujabes. I think, is it Nujabes? They got some kind of I read one article and they were talking about how Yotei is going to have some like lo-fi hip hop jazz music artist in it, and I don't is it Shingo 2 or Nujabes? It's somebody. And it's gonna be fucking awesome because it's literally Samurai Champloo. That's just they're just gonna make it literally Samurai Champloo, and I love that. Let me look up the article. Hold on.
Dude, now I gotta go watch Samurai Champloo again for like the 10th time.
Okay, well, never mind. It's called Watanabe mode because allegedly it's a mode to turn on some original lo-fi tracks directed by Hirohito Watanabe, basically the director of Cowboy Bebop, Samurai Champloo, um, fucking Space Dandy. Dude's a genius. Okay,
Absolute genius.
Not Hirohito. Jesus Christ. That was the Emperor.
Brennan's having some brain fog.
Shinichiro. Jesus Christ. It was close enough. I'm really not good at Japanese. I'm so sorry. We're gonna cut that part out too. Brennan's not a moron. I never make mistakes.
Brennan's the one who edits this, so that's gonna be fun.
I'm gonna leave it in. That's the only thing I know about Yotei, and then female protagonist, which is cool. Obviously, I'm not gonna throw a hissy fit on Twitter about that.
No, I think it's cool. Like, it's not something you would expect.
No, not really. No. I probably should sit down and finish Tsushima though.
Yeah, I don't know how these two games are connected, so I really don't.
I don't think they're connected outside of just being in the same world.
Yeah, I agree. Because I think Yotei is supposed to take place like a number of decades after.
Yeah.
Okay, 'cause I was wondering like if I had to play Tsushima again just to refresh my memory.
I'm going to go on the off chance and probably say no. They might drop like I'm wondering if there might be like I'm the great 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 granddaughter of so and so in there. Um but I doubt it's going to be anything that's like deep.
Hmm.
So I would probably go on the off chance and say nah.
I'm the great 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 granddaughter of that NPC you met for like 3 seconds.
And I gave you a random hat, and that was it. You never talk to that NPC ever again. But I definitely have high expectations for this one. I do think that this one is going to win a lot of awards this season, and I think it's basically going to put that decade age old question of is this better than Assassin's Creed? And I think we're going to get the answer of yes. Unless Sucker Punch just completely is like, we're gonna pull an Assassin's Creed and just make floating eyeballs. Like this is gonna be 10 times better. Um,
I'm sure anything Sucker Punch does is better than what Assassin's Creed has become.
yeah, I would definitely have to agree. If we were putting it up against it, you know, like back when it first released, I'd be like, yo, hold on a second. But at least right now, I would say that yes, you are definitely correct, and there's no fighting it. Um, okay, hold on. We have to pause again. I need to go get my laundry.
Did you hear all that?
No.
Good. That's okay.
God damn
Don't
it.
go outside. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't open the door and don't go outside.
Well,
Also, yeah, and make sure all your furniture is where you leave it too.
I'm very concerned.
Should be.
Well, apparently somebody's breaking into my apartment, so
You did not say anything about breaking in. Actually, never mind. I don't know.
Oh, I said I was breaking in.
Yeah. Your plan kind of involves that.
oh, okay. Moving on. We're going to talk about Pokemon Legends Z to A. Is it Z to A or just Z/A?
Is it a
Okay, Z to
Where's
A.
Za? Pokemon Legends Za.
I hate it here. It's a action adventure single player RPG. It's developed by Game Freak, published by Nintendo, coming out on Switch and Switch 2 on October 16th. Okay, I have a question to ask. Is there a Pokemon Legends A to Z?
No. So it's called Z to A because you participate in a tournament or a ranked tournament. and so your letter is your rank. It starts at Z and it goes all the way up to A. So Z, yeah,
I have no idea how I feel about any of this. Like, the first Legends game was a massive departure from any other Pokemon game before, right? That was cool though. I very much enjoyed Legends, the first one. This,
yeah,
on the other hand, looks batshit insane.
it does. It does.
I can't even begin to understand how they went from like ancient Johto to this, where you're just in a fucking one city and you're running around while the Pokemon are battling and stuff. Like, huh? What's going on here?
And there's gang warfare.
Oh, and I like that. That's fine. I'm cool with that. It's like how the battle system works. It's like I don't even know how this works anymore.
Yeah, yeah. The battle system is going to be a little bit different than past Pokemon games. You can actually move around the battle area now instead of it being like the classic games where it was just two static areas. You can actually move around now. Um,
I guess I do. Sorry to interrupt, but I do have a question about that. My whole question about that is that actually going to matter? Like,
yes, you can dodge attacks,
okay, got it. That makes a
and
lot
then
of
if you want to
sense.
play with your friends, because it's the open arena like that, and you can move around. You can do up to 4 players now, and have just crazy epic battles against each other. which is why I, which is why I want to get this game. It's just I'm getting it, my brother's getting it, and a bunch of our friends are buying it. So we all just want to get on there and relive the good old days.
I hope this is really good. And I feel like I wonder if this is going to be something similar to where like Legends was at least the first Legends I felt like was obviously it was a spinoff, right? So like that means that they could experiment and stuff and not have it touch any of the mainline games. But I feel like what worked about Legends was how open it kind of felt, like how you could just
Mhm.
throw a Pokeball and you just catch the Pokemon and like all very seamlessly, and that was it. And I feel like you know, what was it, Scarlet and Violet, took a lot of inspiration from that. It kind of like took what worked from Legends, right? So I wonder if that's what they're doing again here. They're, pushing the envelope even more, experimenting even more to see what'll stick, what won't stick for the next game. Like I hope this does well. I'm a big fan of how like the mega evolutions are back. I've always kind of liked those. I know that
Yeah,
like people don't really like them competitively, but I really don't give a flying fuck about competitive Pokemon. I think it's like the dumbest thing of all time. That's just me personally. I've never played Pokemon games for the competition. I understand it's a huge thing, cool, but I personally don't care. So for me, I'm like Mega Evolutions, hell yeah, dude, why not?
yeah. I tried competitive at one point in my life, and I got to tell you, I did not like it.
It's so I don't like it. Like it's fine, it's great. It's great if that it's a thing. If you like it, sure. But oh my god, it's insane, dude. People are so sweaty. It's like disgusting.
They don't shower. It's gross.
No, yeah, like kind of literally too. Anyway, I hope that this doesn't really lean into any of that. I mean, I don't think it really can too, because how much it changes. Like Legends, the first one, I don't think had any kind of
Not really. No.
yeah, like even battling itself like wasn't really a main focus of Legends. Whereas like this feels more like battling is more of a focus than the first Legends game. So I don't know, maybe there'll be more to do in that aspect.
So I did see an article that Nintendo is potentially trying to patent the what is it? Summoning a character and letting it fight another. Um, from what I've read, it is very, 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 very specific when it comes to the breakdown and that eh, there's a lot that goes into it and the breakdown of it for anybody to truly infringe on the patent they have to follow it step by step by step by step by step. So like there's a lot to it, but I even if I don't know if this is true or not, even if Nintendo does something like this, even if they don't, I think that is fucking stupid and you shouldn't be allowed to patent something as generic as summoning a character and letting it fight another one.
Welcome to Nintendo.
Yeah, I
They've
mean,
got all kinds of crazy patents.
it does not surprise me that they even try to pull that. I think it's
Yeah,
dangerous, but it doesn't surprise me, unfortunately.
they they will patent anything and everything they can.
Which is just not fair, especially because like Power World came out, that was doing really good. Like, eh, eh, you why like nobody's infringing on anything that you do. Like, honestly, I thought Power World was a hell of a lot better than Pokemon, and I only liked Power World over Pokemon because I could do more. It wasn't just about the fighting. Like I could build up these houses and like these stables and my pals actually helped me out and did things and like it was actually really fucking cool and there was lore to everything and I'm just like really like just because somebody does something a little bit similar, like you're gonna get your panties in a bunch. Like, what the fuck?
It's just what I don't understand. I mean, like I do get it, but it's like it felt like when Power World came out, right? That was a really big deal, and a lot of people, the sentiment was, is this is just a better Pokemon. But there are other games, maybe not so many other ones, but the only other game that I'm thinking of is Temtem. Have you guys heard of Temtem?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
So Temtem
I
is
think that game in early access.
yeah, so did I. I never like finished it, but a friend of mine and I played a decent amount of Temtem over the years. Haley, and for those who don't know, Temtem is essentially it's pretty much just like a Pokemon clone. Like it does change up the system a lot. A lot of Temtem is focused on 2v2 battles to like make it a little bit more different and like there's no like PowerPoints or whatever PP for moves. There's more like a stamina system and there's like a lot of like trading involved and it's more of like an MMO kind of ish. Like you can see other players running around and whatnot. It's a lot of like what people growing up playing Pokemon wanted Pokemon eventually to naturally evolve into. And it's more Pokemon than something like Power World, where Power World is like open world survival crafting with Pokemon ish elements that do make up a good portion of it, right? Like you can't really ignore the Pokemon aspect of Power World. But I don't know. It's just like it felt like they were going after Power World just because it was successful, as opposed to actually giving a shit about like the concept of summoning a monster, right? Because then, if that were the case, they would have gone after Temtem almost immediately, you know. But I think it was because that Temtem didn't necessarily like it wasn't as successful, and it didn't try to like take over the throne or whatever. That Nintendo's just like, whatever. That's where I'm kind of bamboozled. I'm like, why are they going specifically after Power World and not something like Temtem? You know what gives? It's a bit strange though, and I think it is a bit dangerous.
It's because Power World hit one. This is why I say they always do weird. What do you call it? Patents. Because the reason they sued Power World wasn't because it was a Pokemon clone. Is because there was one very specific little patent that they had that was being broken by the people who made Power World. and it was like a small thing that was like, you seriously had a patent on that? Like, like that's why Temtem didn't break any of the patents, but Palworld, they did something really small that set Nintendo off.
Gotcha. That makes it's unfortunate, but that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. I mean, I'm curious. Well, yeah, not for right now, but I want to read into like later, like what specifically that small patent was, and how did. I mean, like if you're making a game, right? Like if you're making Temtem or Power World, how exactly? It must be extremely difficult if you're going to make something like a clone. Like let's say like a Sims clone or something, which a lot of games haven't really made a Sims clone. But if EA did patent any kind of system there, how do you go about figuring out like what they are? I mean, like I know that patents are obviously public information, but I feel like you have to do so much research to figure out how not to break that patent while you're developing a game at the same time. I feel like it's a lot of fucking work that we don't think about and give people enough credit for.
Yeah. And I think that's just so annoying. Like I feel like it's so discouraging that people can't just freely make the games that they want to play because a company like this is like, no, we're the only ones who can sit at this table. It's just like, why are you guys being like that? Like, there's no, you have such a, Pokemon's been around forever. It is going to continue to be around forever because it is a massive IP. You There's no way a game like Power World or anybody else could come in here and just immediately swipe all that away. No way. Absolutely none. The only way that's going to happen is if Nintendo gives up making Pokemon forever, and they're not going to do that. So, like it kind of peeves me when they're sitting there nitpicking everything like, you can't do that. And it's just like, why? Because you might miss out on like $20. Seriously?
I've never understood it.
It's just gross, and I think it shows that they're so greedy. But again, Pokemon has such a big following that they don't care. They're going to make their money one way or another, and the only people that it hurts are just the ones that are actually trying to make really cool games. And I think that's just such bullshit, because there's a lot of really cool people out there who I bet have ideas and want to feed off of them, but then they have to sit there and be super scared of Nintendo coming after them for a couple bucks. And it's just like,
Mhm.
ew. But
Yeah.
before I get more into corporate greed, let's move over to Outer Worlds 2, which honestly, this game looks absolutely adorable. Um, and when the first one came out, I heard a lot about it, but I didn't really hear a lot about it, if that makes sense. But anyway, it's a single player action RPG. It's developed by Obsidian Entertainment and published by Xbox Game Studios. It's coming out on PC, PS5, Xbox Series S and X on October 29th.
Okay. I'm just gonna tell the truth. I've heard of the Outer Worlds multiple times. I just never played the first one.
Okay, so I played the first one. Um, I really like Obsidian Entertainment. Obsidian Entertainment are the guys that made Knights of the Old Republic 2 and um,
New
Fallout New
Vegas.
Vegas. Yes. So both of those cases, right off the bat, I don't know how relevant this is, but both of those cases are games where they didn't make the original, being Knights of the Old Republic 1, which is by BioWare, and Fallout 3, which is Bethesda, respectively. The engine was already created, most of the assets were made. They just really had to like write new stuff and like obviously like develop levels and whatever, but they didn't have to come up with new assets for the most part and or make an entire new engine. And they both had for both games, they had a little less, little like around a year worth of development time, maybe like a year and a half. And both games are considered amazing, but like, well, okay, Knights of the Old Republic 2 is kind of considered unfinished, but still fantastic game, whereas New Vegas is just the best fucking Fallout.
Mhm.
Anyway, when they were advertising the Outer Worlds, a lot of the ads were, you know, made by the guys who made fucking Fallout New Vegas, like the original fucking people of Fallout, because Black Isle Studios were the people that made Fallout in the 90s. But when they sold, the company kind of went under and they sold the IP to Bethesda, and Black Isle Studios kind of most of their people kind of became Obsidian Entertainment. So it like was the it kind of was the guys that were the guys that made Fallout originally. Whatever. A lot of this marketing about the first one was specifically about how they made Fallout, and so a lot of people were expecting this to be like kind of Fallout-y, right? And it kind of was, but it kind of really wasn't. I really wanted to like the first game, and it felt so mediocre, and I hate to say that, but like everything from the story to the gameplay just kind of felt very, this is good, but that's it, you know? Again, I can't give any specific examples. A lot of the problem, at least one of the problems that I had with the story, which is kind of like the whole gimmick. If you watch any of the trailers, a lot of the whole gimmick is like capitalism is bad, haha. There's a lot of jokes at corporate expense, especially throughout the first one, obviously, and the second one's trailer. Which, you know, I mean, it's just very not on the nose. I don't know, which is like kind of funny and it's kind of quirky and stuff too, but it's very in your face, which at points is, I don't know, kind of annoying. Like, part of the reason why Knights of the Old Republic 2 and Fallout New Vegas worked was because of like they were obvious criticisms to, even for like, I don't know, specifically for Fallout New Vegas, there was criticisms for both Caesar's Legion and the new California Republic, the NCR. They were both, there was like ironic and satire and legitimate criticisms of both versions of what society would look like post apocalypse. Whereas in something like the Outer Worlds, it's just capitalism bad, wacky scientist poop joke. Like, it just kind of wasn't exactly what anyone really wanted it to be. And it was just kind of okay. And I feel like if you look back on most retrospectives or like even the scores at the time, they're gonna fall around like a high 70s, you know, 7, like mid 8s, because that's just kind of what it was. People expected it to be more. I think that we all kind of wanted it to be like this knockout 9 out of 10 game. You know, oh, the guys made New Vegas are back or whatever. No. And so to me, to be completely honest with you, I'm just very skeptical as a fan of the devs, a longtime fan of the devs and the games that they've made, and especially after playing the first one, I'm just so skeptical of the second one. Like, if the second one is pretty much just a rehash of the first one, I'm not going to pick it up. I'm so sorry. I just can't deal with that level of mediocrity again. But that being said, I hope that this second one really does just build upon everything that the first game wanted to. I hope that this is what Assassin's Creed 2 was to Assassin's Creed 1 back in like 2008 or whatever. You know what I mean? I hope that this second game just refines literally everything that the first one couldn't, and then the second one's considered a knockout, and it's like the best one ever. That's what I'm hoping for on a good day. But I'm extremely skeptical that that's going to happen. I hope that I'm wrong, but I see this, you know, again, my worst case scenario brain is seeing this as it's just going to be a rehash of the first game, which I just can't really live with again. I want to like it. It should, on paper, it should work, but the first one just didn't. And yeah, I'm hoping that this one does better. I really don't know. Again, this is another game where I haven't really done much research on it because I kind of want to go in blind. I feel like the older I get and the more hype I am for certain games. I just get completely let down and disappointed. You know, and especially a good example was the first game of this, right? So I'm trying not to fall into that same trap with the second one. I'm hoping to be pleasantly surprised and not really. The only thing really that I had watched was just the trailer just before the podcast, and I don't know. It was like to me, I was like, I just look like it's more of the first game. I don't know, because without me having hands on a controller, I can't tell you. But fuck, I have a lot of hard opinions on this. Hopefully, you can tell. I just can't be disappointed again, man. I've gone through so much disappointment this year that I just can't go through more disappointment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that. I get that.
Brendan sounds like he's gonna cry.
I'm on the verge of tears. Not really. Kind of, but not really.
Do you need Mike to give you a hug?
Dude, I need more than a goddamn hug.
Hey, yo. Calm
It's
down
gonna be
over
cuddles
there.
cuddles and kisses as well.
Dude, I need to be. I can't say what I want, okay? Let's just say it involves at least 4 people.
Whoa, I'm down for that.
Anyway.
I just want to play Super Smash Bros.
Oh, so you want to smash your bros. I get it.
well, well, I'm not
Anyway,
gonna say no.
Mike, you got anything to add?
Uh, uh, next time for the next episode of Peer Review Crew, I might be scared because I'll be playing the spooky game.
Anyway. Um, I have nothing to add to the Outer Worlds because again, I heard all the hype for it and I was like, oh, okay, a game similar to Fallout, and then I heard nothing.
Mm.
So I don't know. I feel like a lot of games nowadays are doing that. You hear a lot about them, and unless like they really, really are really good, you just it's just another game that came out, and then we're all moving on to the next one. So,
Yeah.
eh, I
You
want
know
to.
how to keep, you know how to keep your game relevant in the news cycle? You start attacking people with novels on Twitter. Great idea. That was a joke.
I was gonna say, who's that about?
Randy Pitchford, from Gearbox, Borderlands 4. Come on. Do you
Uh,
read the news, Haley? Come on.
I read Reddit.
Goddamn, Reddit hates that guy. Everybody hates that guy. I'm pretty
Brennan.
sure he hates himself.
But okay. So we got through it. We got through the leftover games from August. We hit September. We did October, and we are now done with a super long episode of the podcast. So we are going to kick it over to final thoughts. Whoever has any, weigh in.
Uh, I hope Outer Worlds does good because after Borderlands, it's like left the hole for a looter shooter. So hopefully, Outer Worlds can actually stand up and be something that we want.
I I don't even know, man. I'm uh, ugh. I need a hug, dude.
He has a lot of feelings.
Oh God.
A lot. In all honesty, we're winding down to that last quarter of the year, the end of the year. We're getting ready for all the award shows that are about to happen in like 2 months. Um, I I'm excited to see how the games for October do. Um, but if you really wanted my opinion, I think like these are the games that we're going to see that have the awards for this gaming season. Like I truly don't remember like any of the games that came out before this
Hmm.
that would be relevant. Like these are all the big titles for the year, and I feel like these are the titles that you were just going to see win the awards, and that's just going to be that.
Death Stranding
Yeah.
2.
Oh yes, that. Hmm.
That's the only one I can think of. Like Monster Hunter Wilds, no.
But like this year just hasn't like out. I've been playing Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
Travesty.
Yeah, that's saying something, okay?
Like
Because that game is way worse than Animal Crossing.
it is not. It is so much better. But we're gonna leave that. We're gonna leave that out. Um, I just there's nothing I want to play. In all honesty, there's nothing I want to play. I picked up Assassin's Creed. I have no interest in playing it. I can't tell you why. I want to play it, but I'm just
Because
not. Nah.
Dude, this year's been so boring. I've started reading books.
Which is a good
oh
thing.
no.
Support your local library.
I know that's a joke. I always read.
But like it's just there's nothing like exciting. And that's actually like kind of disappointing because I feel like and I've said this before, ever since COVID, I feel like we've been on like the bounce back. Like, okay, like there's momentum. We're moving. And now I feel like we're just like stagnant.
It's because you're playing so much Hello Kitty. Put that down and go play
Hey,
something else.
hey, yo, don't talk about Hello Kitty like that.
Don't talk about that kitty like that.
That game really has me in a chokehold. But anyway, um, yeah, come back next month. Let's see how all these games for October did. Which honestly, I feel like they're all going to be in the 90s. I have high expectations. Maybe not Outer Worlds, but I hope that they'll be up there. And we'll see how they do and then talk about games coming out for November. So hopefully we see you back here next month. I hope you have a great morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. And we will catch you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.